If you've played any sports, chances are you've come across a really great coach and maybe a really bad coach. If you're in sales leadership, the better you are at coaching, the more effective your team's going to be. And I want to talk specifically today about what we call tactical coaching. So there's some scary statistics out there. 98% of salespeople leave a sales call with no real actionable or objective or plan. They don't have one, they didn't set one. That's kind of scary. In fact, in 64%, they have no decision point at the end of their calls. They have nothing they don't ask people to decide on anything. They leave without that. But what's even worse is that 97% of salespeople feel they run really good calls, but only 3% of buyers feel the same way. We have a major disconnect between what the salespeople are feeling and thinking they're doing and what your buyers and prospects feel is happening to them. So how do we get better at this? Because if we make this experience better, it's going to make it better for everybody. First step in this whole process is pre-call planning. If you're going to make for a better first interaction, you need a pre-call plan. And what does that really mean? It's kind of 3 or 4 different things. Number one, you have to have an objective for the sales call, clearly laid out. Why are we here? What are we planning to do? We have to have some kind of decision that prospect has to make in that call. Could be a buying decision, could be just a next step decision, but it's clearly defined. We need to identify 3 to 5 questions that we want to ask our client and that they're going to likely ask us. We have to know what they are and be ready for that. And then, of course, the last thing is, what's our mindset going into this call? How do we feel? Are we positive? Are we thinking we have a chance, or we feel confident, or are we feeling like we don't even belong? Now the call happens. What do we do when we get out of that call? We need a really solid post-call debrief session. And it's not just, hey, how do you think that call went? We need to sit there with that salesperson and replay the call with them so that they can become a better self-coach, because we're not going to be there with them every single time they go on a sales call. I want you to think of the acronym WAIT. W stands for watch. You have to go on a sales call with people. You have to watch what they do and observe. If you're not watching them, you're leaving it up to their own filter as to what they did or what they didn't do. So a great coach actually watches the game. Assess. We have to assess what they did in accordance with the plan they've laid out. The I, identify. Identify opportunities for improvement. This is where we want the salesperson to self-identify areas that they did really well on, tactics that they did, questions they actually asked, ones they forgot to ask, and identify future improvements. What's going forward? What can we change? What can we be better at? And the T, train. Train your people. Once they've identified the issues, now's your opportunity to go back, role play with them, practice, teach them new skills, so next time they go on a call, they're going to be that much better. So we use the acronym WAIT, use it in your post-call debrief, and you'll be a far better tactical coach. Well, thanks for watching our videos. If any of that resonates with you, we have a couple options where you can engage with us further. One being, we call it Crash a Class. And what does that mean? That means coming down into our actual classroom, sitting in, being involved, participating in what we do, kind of auditing it, just to see if it might be a good fit for you. If you're online, the other option, of course, is to do that remotely. We have options on how to do that. The other thing we have are webinars. We have lots of webinars throughout the year. We'd love to see you join one of those. You can sign up for that through our website. Alternatively, we also have some pre-recorded ones that we did in the past that we'd also invite you to watch.